It's professional boxing at the Valdez Hall next to the Cell Arena Saturday, September 23rd. The main event featuring Fresno's own Mike Ruiz Jr., ranked 13th by the North American Boxing Federation and North American Boxing Association, versus Jonathan Torres from Guadalajara, Jalisco. Also, 7 more exciting boxing matches featuring top-ranked Valley stars Joe Lopez and Isidro Ochoa, plus Fresno's best Hector Madera, Julia Lopez, Jose Leon, Jose Salinas, and Madera's own Jesus Sanchez. Special guests of honor, our own Valley Olympian Jose Ramirez, and 5-time world champion Timothy Bradley. Doors open at 6 p.m., showtime at 7 p.m. Tickets now on sale for the best seats available. Buy your tickets now at Cell Arena's box office and Ticketmaster. Come out and support our Valley Boxers. For more information, call 559-233-8803. It's all or nothing. It's todo or nada. Saturday, September 23rd at the Valdez Hall next to Cell Arena. Sponsored by Serrano's Furniture with 9 locations to serve you.
From AM 1680, The Answer, this is Business Leaders with Lance Cardoza, the behind-the-scenes story of the business shakers and movers in the Valley and beyond. And now, here's your host, Lance Cardoza.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Business Leaders Live right here at AM 1680, The Answer. This program, this one excites me. This specific show, because I like to talk about deep-rooted history and businesses here in the Central Valley. And on the phone, calling in the studio right now, I have Paula Deyoung. And Paula and Jerry Deyoung started Deyoung Properties, and they met in college, and she's going to tell us a little bit about that story. But it even goes farther back in the deep-rooted history of building homes here in the Central Valley. And in studio, I have Brandon Deyoung and also Ryan Deyoung. Thank you guys for being here in studio also. I appreciate it.
You got it. Thank you, Lance.
So we've got some big stuff we're going to be talking about that Deyoung Properties is doing, and then shortly after this first segment, we have your sister that's also going to be calling in and talking about St. Jude Dream Home, which is some a big support that you've done here in our community and our trade builders, and being able to provide a beautiful home for a family here. Paula Deyoung, is Paula on the? Are you on the line, Paula?
I am, Lance. I'm here.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you.
We were talking about you have a past in home building that goes way beyond just meeting your husband in college, and you guys started Deyoung Properties, but you have a deep-rooted history in building homes here in Central California.
We do. Our roots run deep in the Central Valley. My husband's family actually moved to California in the 1800s, and my family moved to California in the early 1900s. The home building business started for us about 70 years ago, post-World War II, when my father returned home from the Army and began in the home construction business. And he had a real passion for home building. He loved what he would say is helping families get a start in life. He really loved working with people and helping them move from an apartment into home ownership and owning the American dream, or finding out what people's needs were if they needed to downsize their home because their family was smaller. You know, he loved all of that, and he openly shared it with us. So, like, every Sunday, we would, after church, drive with him to his job sites, and we would go to his model homes, and he encouraged us to talk with people. And then around age 10, I actually started working at his corporate office, and I knew at that young age that I loved the business world. I really enjoyed it and wanted to work in it. Later, I met my husband, and he was in the engineering department over at Fresno State, the construction management side, and it just seemed to be like a perfect fit. We had similar goals in life, and kind of blossomed from there.
And your father, John Bonadelli, and that name is huge here in California, not only in Central Valley, but he did incredible. I remember you sharing a story at one point, like across from the Save Mart Center is today, where he had the Three Stooges come and be a part of an opening. Is that true?
He did. You know, he was a pioneer in home building here. He built about 15,000 homes, and he just loved to always enjoy the experience, and so he was always looking to do something that was different and provided fun and excitement along the way. And somewhere he came in contact with the Three Stooges, and he brought them to Fresno. And my gosh, there were just thousands and thousands of people who went to that event. And I sadly couldn't go because I had an appendicitis at the time, and I was in the hospital.
Oh.
So next thing I knew, as I was laying in bed in the hospital, the Three Stooges showed up with a little Chatty Cathy doll and came and visited with me and brought me a little doll. So that was kind of fun.
So the Three Stooges came to your hospital bedside.
I was at Valley Children's Hospital. They fortunately were around at the time already, helping children in our community, and they helped me.
Wow, that's incredible. So he was really, like you say, he was a pioneer, and that rubbed off on you and the rest of your family. So they all continued in the business of home building. And so you meet Jerry Deyoung, and you start the thought of putting together a company.
We did. We were in college when we started our company in 1974, and we understand the meaning of a home. We understand that a home matters, that people's values don't change, that safety, health, love, comfort, all of that is home. And we love that concept, and we love our business. And so my father did help us when we started our company, and he not only helped us, but he asked his friends who were also pioneers in our industry post-World War II in the Central Valley, Bob Gaston, who was like construction and land development, Grover Groves, mortgage and finance, William Lindsay, who was real estate sales, Rocky Giannetta, engineering and construction. These were all pioneers post-World War II in the home building industry here in the Central Valley. And they helped to mentor us along with my dad. And that's really what helped us to grow our business, were these wonderful people who gave of themselves to help us learn this business.
Now, when you're driving around Fresno, and I'm sure your sons, Brandon and Ryan and Ashley, as you guys drive around town, you realize some of these communities and the families you've put in homes and stuff. And Paula, you go back as a little girl, going around with your dad to these job sites. Has it ever hit you sometimes that, hey, my dad built that community right there that has evolved and changed over the years? Does that hit you sometimes, and the impact that you've had on this valley?
Oh, we're just humbled, and we are really grateful to our valley to support our family business. Yes, it's really nice when you drive a community and you know that you remember the stories of your dad telling you how that community came together, or we look at a piece of land and we research what we believe our community wants on that land, what they need, and then you fast forward a few years later and you drive by and you see it completed. It's a great sense of being able to help others that we're really humbled to be a part of, and we're really appreciative of the community for supporting our business.
Yeah, and I'll be looking around on Google Maps randomly sometimes and see Bonadelli Ranchos pop up, for example, the community my grandfather built in Madera area. And, it's just inspiring when you see that, to know how big of an impact that you can have when you're building communities like this. And so... and
Brandon, so when you were saying, so as you go through that and stuff, so it's a lot of, you've heard the stories over the years and stuff, but every day you hear a new story probably.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So and in the news stories is, that's a lot of our focus is we have boards in our office that we handwrite our customers' names up there. And those are the families' lives, and those are the lives that we're going to be changing. That future promise of what that home holds for them is a big area of focus for us. So
it's not just a business. It's, we realize the actual impact it's having on many families throughout the valley here.
Yes, home matters. It's someone's sanctuary. It's their retreat. And we understand the importance of that. We're happy to be a part of that life.
So you also, and when we come back, we're going to take a break here in just a few minutes, but when we come back, we also want to talk about, there was a big announcement that you guys just had not too long ago, and we want to talk about that, Brandon and Ryan, and we also want to talk about your community support. And Paula, I don't know if you know, but your daughter Ashley, I have her calling in on the next segment. We're going to talk about St. Jude Dream Home, and that's been
I heard that's awesome.
Yeah, that's a big piece of what the Youngs are all about, and you've continued to give back every year, and you've continued to be able to get all those trade partners to come together to build a beautiful home and to give to a family. And talk to us just a little bit about that. We'll get more details, but how did that start? I remember how I got involved with you guys a long time ago. We went to lunch. It was Ryan Ryan was petrified of the camera. He was petrified to talk on camera. He was petrified, and Mom was saying, "You're going to be the face. You got to do this."
I even broke a glass in one of our model homes on live TV one time, so it just made it even worse.
I think we still have the clip of that.
You still have that
on
clip?
our window. Yeah.
Was it Martin Yan or something, or no? I remember
Not that time.
Not that
Yan
time.
Cook.
That was another one. Yeah, that was the classic. But I remember those days, and you said why you were involved. And just give me a little bit. Why St. Jude, Paula? What does that mean to you and your family personally?
For me, I don't think I ever in my lifetime thought that I could be a part of something that's so much greater than myself. This is it's a campaign that helps children in our valley and helps children worldwide. And I just can't imagine something being more important than that. These are children who are in a war on cancer. They're in a war on other life-threatening diseases. And St. Jude Children's Research Hospital is a very special place because they develop the cures and the protocols to help these children not just live, but thrive. And so it's just wonderful to be a part of this. And we're just really a small part. There are 30 St. Jude Dream Home Builders in the United States. We're honored to be a part of that family, and we love working lockstep with our trades who join us in this journey, and the media outlets like you, Lance, and the volunteers and all the other donors who come to this campaign to make it exciting for our valley each year so that our community continues to support it. So it's a really good thing. It's helping these children. We've met the children from our valley who are
we have to take just a short break, Paula, but when we come back, we'll talk to you a little bit, and we'll have Ashley on the phone. We'll talk more about the St. Jude's Dream Home. We're talking to the Deyoung Properties family right here on Business Leaders Live.
Tune in this Wednesday from 9 to 10 a.m. to Frontline Radio with Ben Berquam, your unashamed, unafraid political evangelist, exposing the left and mobilizing the right to stand in the Central Valley, across the state of California, and around the country. Christ, family, country. It's live. It's local. It's Frontline Radio with Ben Berquam on AM 1680. The Answer. Brought to you in part by Joe Sears, standing up for what's right in America.
I'm amazed at what they're putting in cars these days. DVDs, TVs, CD players, satellite radio. Some even have an annoying voice that'll talk back to you and tell you where to turn and when you missed your exit. And I'm not talking about your mother-in-law. But your car was not meant to eat breakfast in. Breakfast was meant to be eaten at a table, prepared fresh and served hot by a friendly face. I'm talking about eggs, bacon, sausage, pancakes, biscuits, and gravy, waffles topped with your favorite fruit, and served on a plate the way that breakfast was meant to be served. Well, those days are not gone, because that's the type of home cooking that you'll find at your local Huckleberry's. Let me recommend two great locations, Huckleberry's at Bullard and 41 and Huckleberry's at Champlain and Parent. They've plenty of friendly servers ready to help you get in and out fast if you have limited time, or to serve your every need if you want a long, leisurely meal. That's Huckleberry's at Bullard and 41 or Champlain and Parent. Oh, don't forget to try their Huckleberry sauce. Tell them I sent you.
One name, 9 locations, the lowest prices anywhere in the valley, with the highest quality furniture. It's Serrano's Furniture. The Serrano's Furniture Galleries are family-owned and operated right here in Central California for over 30 years, giving you top-name brands like Legacy, Parker House, and Klausner. The best prices on America's #1 rated mattresses like Serta, Simmons, and the iComfort Sleep System. Before you buy your furniture online, which comes to your home unassembled, visit a Serrano's Furniture Gallery near you. Serrano strives to give you exceptional customer service, as well as giving you the best price and best value. Serrano's Furniture in Fresno, Visalia, Hanford, Porterville, Madera, Tulare, Bakersfield, Delano, and Dinuba. This is the big one, the largest furniture retailer in the valley, Serrano's. For monthly specials, visit serranosfurnituregalleries.com.
Big Fresno Bear, big time tonight. It's that time again to get the best deal in town on your fair tickets. Buy early and save big. Now through October 3rd at participating Save Mart supermarkets and Food Max locations. Get $2 off admission and up to $7 off unlimited Carnival ride wristbands. Good for any one day of the fair.
Big savings!
The savings continue with discounted season passes available for just $28 at participating Central Valley O'Reilly Auto Parts stores. That's a $10 savings. Offer good now through October 3rd. Visit FresnoFair.com for details.
Big fun!
Save your family some big bucks at the Big Fresno Fair, October 4th through the 15th. Be a part of it all with carnival rides, your favorite fair food, and so much more. Buy your tickets now at the Fairgrounds box office, 650 Fair or FresnoFair.com.
Big, big, big Fresno Fair. Big times are back.
We are there, day one, with baby names and a gift that lasts a lifetime. We are there as you grow, protecting you and those you love. And we are there as you start your next chapter. We are with you through life's journey. We are Social Security, securing today and tomorrow. Get to know us at socialsecurity.gov.
Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
Side story of business leaders in the Valley and beyond. This is Business Leaders with Lance Cardoza.
Hello, everybody. Got the Deyoung Properties family in studio. I've got Brandon Deyoung, Ryan Deyoung in studio, and on the phone, Paula Deyoung, which is her and Jerry started this whole thing. And before that, her father, John Bonadelli, was a pioneer in the home building business. We talked a little bit about that and meeting her husband, Jerry, in college. And here they are. The whole family's involved. And we also have their daughter, Ashley Deyoung, on the line as well. Ashley, how are you doing? Oh, we lost Ashley. We got Paula on there? Oh,
Hi,
there we go. Oh, we got everybody. So, Ashley, Paula, you have your whole family here, other than Jerry. Jerry likes to hide, but Jerry's the brains behind the business. But we got everybody here, and talk to me about that. What that's like. I think every parent out there that starts a business really would love to have their siblings, their kids involved, and be able to run the business and create this legacy of a family business. What does that mean to you, Paula?
Oh, my gosh. It's just awesome to work with the children. They are all integral parts to the company. Ryan is president of Deyoung Properties. Brandon is president of Deyoung Mortgage. Ashley's a senior vice president with both companies, and they are just lockstep with us on this journey. It's terrific.
And they're all, and I might add this too, that I host an event every year called the 40 Under 40, and you can find information at 40.com. I can plug my own thing. It's my own show. So
yes, you can.
It's a great program.
And the 40 Under 40 every year, and Deyoung Properties, you always are proud sponsors, and I appreciate that. But over the years, Ryan, Brandon, and also Ashley have all been in the 40 Under 40. There's only one other group that has all their siblings, and that's the Invakian Insurance. Bill and his sister also, and her sister escapes our mind. Oh, I feel bad now. Bill, call in. So, yeah, but the Deyoung family were all in the 40 Under 40. So you have a real powerhouse running the Deyoung Properties. And Ashley on the phone, we were talking about St. Jude's Dream Home before we went to break, and Paula. Ashley's been involved with both companies. So is she heading up working with Deyoung or with St. Jude? Is that what's going on?
She does. She is our senior vice president of marketing, and so she's very involved with the marketing of our homes and communities, but also with the St. Jude Dream Home.
Absolutely. And Ashley, talk to us a little bit about that. A lot of people hear about it. They know they can get a $100 ticket, and they have a future possibility of winning a home right here in the Valley and what that goes to. Talk to me a little bit about St. Jude, how that works.
Yeah, so the most important reason why we love supporting St. Jude is that 100% of the proceeds goes directly to St. Jude, and St. Jude shares their research findings that they discover freely with doctors and scientists across the entire world. And so this helps children, especially right here in our Central Valley, and of course all over the world. And it's very important to us to support this cause, as it's a near and dear cause that we really appreciate working with. And they're the largest pediatric cancer research hospital in the world, and they're working around the clock, and the families don't have to pay for anything if they can't afford it. And that is probably one of the most important things that a parent hears, because now they can solely focus on their children rather than worrying about financing.
And anybody can share here, too. I've been involved, and there was that impact for me. When I was involved with St. Jude and the Dream Home, it was really supporting Ryan, and when you guys came to me, I wanted to support you guys and be a part of it. And then there was a family out of Hanford, California, the Kulawine family. And I think you remember the Kulawines. And that hit me because Kevin Kulawine went to the same school I did in Hanford, and I knew the name. And I was like, my gosh, this is his daughter. And it became really close to home. It was right here in our valley. Some family is being taken care of, and St. Jude is making a difference. So really that was the moment for me. And I'm sure all of us have had a moment at some point where, and I know there was one home that was dedicated, and I can't remember the details, but any of you, if you have, Ryan, is there something that impacted you along the way?
Yeah, as a parent, the St. Jude Dream Home campaign just takes on a whole new meaning for me after having our daughter, and you see these patients and the families and the struggle that they're going through, and it becomes very real when you meet them and you see them. And one of the most difficult moments of the last 10 plus years at this point now was Cash Shank was his name, and he was one of the patient families from our valley here, and he lost his battle, and you see that, and it just all the effort that you put into this program, and you just know it's going towards one of the most important things that you could spend your time on is children and those families and the lives. And although we couldn't save Cash, but there were these other families and children that by putting our effort and time into this program, we're trying to stop that from happening anymore. And although it's a difficult battle, obviously, it's something worth fighting for.
Yeah, and Ashley, is there something also to Cash was a big that hit everybody, and I think every year there's a new story, but that one was really hard. But Ashley, was there something that told you that this is why we do this?
Well, I went to St. Jude actually in Memphis, Tennessee last year, and I think knowing this is our 11th St. Jude Dream Home, and even after 11 years, we've heard that the families don't have to pay if they can't afford the life-saving care at St. Jude, but and so I've known that. But after hearing these parents when we were at St. Jude speak about their story, the moment that they broke down and started crying or becoming even more emotional was when they finally said in their story that when they entered the doors of St. Jude and they told them that they didn't have to pay for anything, as soon as they heard that, they realized, oh my gosh, now I can focus on saving my child's life and making sure that they're okay and not worrying about anything else. And that's probably what hit me last year. I mean, I've known that they don't have to pay for anything if they can't afford it, but hearing a parent say that and breaking down every parent's story, there were about 5 parents that we heard from that day at St. Jude in Memphis, and every parent's story really seemed more emotional once they said that part of their story. So it kind of hit me even more when I saw that.
Yeah, and with that too, it's not, and maybe with a parent, because some of these are affluent families, that it's not the money issue, but it's more of when I'm put into the unexpected. My God,
exactly.
Is my child going to be here? And when you're going through that process, and so much is going through your mind, and any sense of a little bit of hope is what you're looking for, and I think that's what St. Jude brings. And Brandon, it's funny because I've watched you guys grow up through it, and you see. So as a young mind going through this, and you guys are very smart people. It hit you too. We have just a little bit of time left, Brandon. But what did it do for you? What was that pivotal moment?
Yeah, I mean, well, we actually started doing these right when I moved back home from college, around 2007, 2008. And so, I was just starting to, I think they had already done one. So my first one was actually the second one. And so, my experience was kind of seeing the rest of my family really taking it on, and so it made sense to me that clearly they see this as something that's really important. So for me, right off the bat, I could tell this was something I needed to really dig in deeper and figure out why is this so important. So just like Ashley, in fact, all of us have actually gone out to the hospital over the years. Like she said, we've been doing it for 11 years now. So we've all had the experience to actually go there and see it firsthand and the comfort that they give the families. And so really it's the same experience. It's just going there and seeing it firsthand.
I'd like to mention to buy their ticket if you haven't bought your ticket already. And if you buy before the 15th, you'll be entered in for not only the dream home, but also groceries for a year valued at $5,000, and that's courtesy of Michael and Jovette Mosing. And we can't build this home if it wasn't for all of our sponsors, and our trade partners and everything. So we appreciate that.
We appreciate you, Ashley, for being on the program. And also, Paula, when we come back, we're going to talk to Brendan and we're going to talk to Ryan about the future of home building here in the Central Valley and some exciting news. We'll be right back with more Business Leaders Live.
In the future, your home's energy footprint is going to be much smaller than it is today. Energy efficiency and green building programs combined with government incentives and private ingenuity will reduce your energy consumption anywhere from 20 to 40%. Green is good, and it will save you money.
Our family at Donald P. Dick, your locally owned and operated heating and air conditioning company, and proud to be the People's Choice Award winner for the 9th straight year, reminds you to go green and save. Call today for a free estimate.
Donald P. Dick is introducing a whole house approach. Air and duct sealing, attic insulation, hot water pipe insulation. Ideas designed to drive the cost of energy down. Plus, your home could qualify for valuable energy rebates. Call Mr. Cool, Donald P. Dick Heating and Air at 255-1644. They'll show you how to save money by saving energy. For 3 generations in Fresno, it's been Donald P. Dick Heating and Air. Call 255-1644 and let Mr. Cool show you how to drive down the cost of home energy.
Hey guys, this is Pastor Sean Beatty from Clovis Hills Community Church, and I want to tell you about a new radio show. It's going to be 9 a.m. to 10 every Friday morning, and it's called Redefine Defiance. It's spirituality for the rest of us. That's really what it is. Here's what I want you to know. If you're one of those people that you love God, but you're not perfect, you don't have the whole Bible memorized, you haven't, been born in the back row of a Baptist church and you've got it all together, well, this is the show for you, because we're going to come together and we're going to learn from the Bible, we're going to tell stories, we're going to laugh, and we're going to have a good time. My co-host, Pastor Scott Hinman, and our producer, Beast Mode, we're going to come on and we're going to bring the word to you in a new, fun, exciting way. So come see us on 1680 The Answer.
This is Christy Burkhart, Executive Director of Pregnancy Care Center. After more than 30 years of ministry, Pregnancy Care Center has developed 3 key ways to impact those that we serve to choose life when faced with an unexpected pregnancy. Number 1, we are here for her first and foremost. While the client is sitting in front of us, it is essential that we see her. She is valuable and uniquely created in God's image, and our job is to show her compassion and respect. In doing so, that value and respect for life is much more easily transferred from her to the life of her child. In serving and honoring our client, caring for her, no matter the circumstances, babies' lives are spared. Number 2, helping the guy step up and equipping him to support her so that together they can choose life. Through male advocacy and pregnancy options education, he is better equipped to respond in such a way that his view is heard and she feels supported. What better help and hope does she have in this unexpected crisis than for her man to step up and lead the way? Number 3, Pregnancy Care Center strives to build a culture of life in our community through education. Education regarding healthy relationships, fetal development, and the sanctity of human life. We accomplish this in and out of our counseling rooms. We recognize that education, not only in an unexpected pregnancy, but prior to one, can help women and families be held back from the devastation of abortion. Our community outreach efforts provide these resources to young people to demonstrate their value and equip them to wait until marriage for intimacy. Thank you for partnering with Pregnancy Care Center to build a culture of life in our community. For more information or how to get actively involved, find us at ministry.pregnancycarecenter.com. That's ministry.pregnancycarecenter.com.
You are listening to Business Leaders with Lance Cardoza, the behind-the-scenes story of the business shakers and movers in the Valley and beyond. Once again, here's Lance Cardoza.
Welcome back, everybody, to AM 1680 Business Leaders Live. Every week, you can catch me here Tuesday mornings at 9 a.m., or you can go to lancecardoza.com and catch all the past shows of our live program, Business Leaders Live. In studio, I have Ryan Deyoung and Brandon Deyoung with Deyoung Properties. We've been talking about home builders in the Valley. It goes way back to your grandpa, Ryan. So John Bonadelli, a big name, a pioneer in the business, and your mom telling the funny story, the Three Stooges coming and being part of a big home opening, and she was in the hospital, and he actually brought him down to see her. So how many people can say the Three Stooges came to my hospital bed?
Probably just a couple, just a handful.
Just a couple, and your mom was one of those. But talk to me about, where's Deyoung Properties today? Where are we today?
You know, we've started on this journey, and kind of talk about our Envision community that's coming up. We'll kind of end there, but in our journey to get to this Envision community, we started after when I moved back from college. We started looking into this green home building concept, and energy efficiency was starting to become a thing, and was a passion of mine. And so we kind of developed our smart home, our energy smart home, and in doing that over a decade ago. I started the program. Brandon moved back from college, and was able to hand that program off to him, and then he really made that program flourish into what it is now. But what we try and do things a little bit differently than I think most companies, maybe like Apple, their whole concept is think differently. We like to think differently. And so, for example, our warranty for our new homes is a 5-year fit and finish warranty. Most new homes only have a 1 or a 2 year warranty. So we really do, profess that we try and do things differently. We believe in the quality of our product. And because we do so much, we're going to go out there and say we have a 5-year fit and finish warranty. But then we also, really look to these new technologies and embrace them. We're a little bit of tech nerds, I would say, in our family. So, when home automation comes along, we jumped on it. Brandon and I have been experimenting with that probably about 10 years before it was starting to become a thing as well.
We were the guinea pigs.
Yes, we were definitely the guinea pigs in a fun way. So, we have like speakers that, bark like a dog, even though we don't have a dog, with motion sensors triggered and stuff like that in our house. So, but anyways, we started on this journey to, discover and learn more about energy efficiency, and it really bloomed into this community called Envision. And that's a great segue to have Brandon kind of talk about that journey and what it looked like and the big major milestones that we were able to accomplish in order to get to where we are now.
So this is a collaboration of a bunch of ideas that you put into one community.
Well, with all of our trade partners and our team, to get to where we are now was a lot of efforting.
Yeah.
It was a long process. Like Ryan's saying, when we started on it over a decade ago, we kind of had an idea of maybe where we wanted to take this. And it wasn't until maybe a year or two into this process of improving our homes that we realized that it's actually possible to get to what our new community Envision is all about, which is a community of zero energy homes. So each home in Envision is a home that's designed with the potential to produce as much clean energy as they consume in a year. Wow. So it's the first zero energy home community in the Central California and the largest in the entire state. So it's going to be a really big project here, and we're really excited about it. But yeah, because it kind of take you back. When we first started, it was trying to figure out, well, how do we think differently about our homes, and how do we try and differentiate and build a better home and a better product, and really to take one more sidestep. The reason why we want to do all that, there's 3 main reasons, and it's kind of the core of what our company mission is, and it's to improve the lives of families in Central California, to do right by the environment, and to inspire others to do the same. Those 3 things are really at the core of what we're all about. And so when you think about it from that perspective, it makes sense to try and improve your home, right, so that your family's lives are better. Not only the homes are more affordable because their energy bills are going to be lower, they'll be more healthy, more comfortable in their homes. It's better for the environment, and of course, by building better homes like this, it'll inspire others to, I think, kind of take up the torch. So we started by improving our homes with what we call energy smart features. those are energy efficiency features that obviously drop your energy bills, make the home more comfortable, and even more healthy on the inside with better indoor air quality. And from there, it was really just how do we continue to improve from there? We
air quality, and air quality is a huge thing.
We all know air quality is not so great here in the Valley, so making sure that when you're inside your home that you at least have some good air quality, right? So we have a balanced air filtration system. So not only are we exhausting stale air from the inside, we also have fresh air being brought in that's being conditioned and filtered 24/7 actually. So it's a really, really great system. But we didn't just stop there. It was always trying to figure out how do we continue this ball rolling. And so ever since then, we've updated our features. Like every couple of years, there were new features and advancements that we kept trying to include in our homes. And so ever since then, every home we built is a Deyoung Energy Smart Home. So then about maybe 3 years ago, we decided, you know what, there's new technologies, as Ryan mentioned, that's great for home automation and control and security and even greater comfort. And it's fun, too. So we now also include control smart features like a smart door lock, a smart light, and a little brain that basically plug into power and internet. And all of this comes with the home. And you just plug it in and download the free app, and you can control the house.
Right from your phone.
Right from your phone. It gives you notifications when your kids come home with their phones, things like that. And so all of that is what we combine into the Deyoung Smart Home. So the Deyoung Smart Home is energy efficiency and comfort with energy smart features, and it's also high-tech with control smart features. So, and then 2011, we built the Central Valley's first zero-energy home. So by continuing to expand our energy smart features, we were able to figure out how do we build a home that is designed with the potential to produce as much clean electricity as it consumes. There's still natural gas in the home, but how do we at least try and offset that electricity component? So that's what we started with, and as you can tell, it's kind of been a baby step process. It's not we didn't just jump in and say we're going to do this. We tried to figure it out along the way to make sure that we do it the right way. And so that was in the first one in 2011. Then 2013, we built the Central Valley's first zero energy home. So we again continued to expand this process and encompassed all energy in the home to offset all of that energy with clean energy by producing energy with a solar system on the home.
And you find that the technology is changing all the time, and it's always something new, and you guys get excited about it. And I know the listeners are listening to this going, I want one of these homes. And let's talk, when we come back from the break, let's talk about where this community is going to be located. And you just made this announcement, and it's a big deal, not only to our valley, but all over the state of California. And so we'll talk about where Envision is located when we come back right here on Business Leaders Live with the Deyoung Properties family.
It's professional boxing at the Valdez Hall next to the Cell Arena Saturday, September 23rd. The main event featuring Fresno's own Mike Ruiz Jr., ranked 13th by the North American Boxing Federation and North American Boxing Association, versus Jonathan Torres from Guadalajara, Jalisco. Also, 7 more exciting boxing matches featuring top-ranked Valley stars Joe Lopez and Isidro Ochoa, plus Fresno's best Hector Madera, Julia Lopez, Jose Leon, Jose Salinas, and Madera's own Jesus Sanchez. Special guests of honor, our own Valley Olympian Jose Ramirez and 5-time world champion Timothy Bradley. Doors open at 6 p.m., showtime at 7 p.m. Tickets now on sale for the best seats available. Buy your tickets now at Cell Arena's box office and Ticketmaster. Come out and support our Valley Boxers. For more information, call 559-233-8803. It's all or nothing. It's todo or nada. Saturday, September 23rd at the Valdez Hall next to Cell Arena. Sponsored by Serrano's Furniture with 9 locations to serve you.
Every day, Poverello House serves 1,600 meals to homeless men and women and families in Fresno County. That's equivalent to 1 meal for each person at a sold-out Save Mart Center concert. And we've been doing it all with the warehouse and operations center that has seen much better days. Hello, this is Cruz Avila, Executive Director for the Poverello House. Help us raise the roof and fund the construction of a new fully insulated warehouse at Poverello. Together, let's build something that will have a profound impact on our community. Donate today by visiting www.poverellohouse.org or call us at 498-6988.
Hey everyone! Fresno County and City Republican women are hosting their 3rd annual restaurant takeover and silent auction at the Elbow Room in the sparkling Fig Garden Village on Monday, September 25th. The theme is Diamonds in Denim. Join us at 5:30 p.m. for a no-host bar with dinner program beginning at 7 p.m. with Master of Ceremonies Pastor Jim Franklin, along with State Senator Andy Vidak and State Assemblyman Jim Patterson. The menu is Chuck Wagon Cuisine, and tickets are $50 each, with half of the proceeds benefiting our local club. All tickets are sold in advance, so visit our website at FresnoRepublicanWomen.org or pick up a flyer with a registration form at the Elbow Room. It will be a dazzling event. The Fresno County and City Republican Women 3rd Annual Restaurant Takeover and Silent Auction at the Elbow Room in the sparkling Fig Garden Village on Monday, September 25th. The theme is Diamonds in Denim. Join us at 5:30 p.m. for a no-host bar with dinner program beginning at 7 p.m. See you there.
Hi, I'm Rick Bentley, formerly of the Fresno Bee. I now have a TV show. You can catch me on the Coca-Cola Broadcasting channels with my new show called TV Beat with Rick Bentley. Now, what I'm going to do on this show is what I did for my TV column for 18 years. I'm going to try to give you some insight to what's going on in local television and radio. Will be news. I'll give you some updates on hirings and firings. Each week I also plan to have a special guest, somebody who I believe can give you some insight in what's going on in the local media world. The idea is to be a very interactive show, so what I need you to do is sort of check out the website at www.rickbentleytvbeat.com. There you can get information about where you can find all the airings of the show and information about how to connect with me.
Watch Rick Bentley's TV Beat each Saturday at 6:30 p.m. on KGMC, Channel 43.5, and Xfinity Comcast, Channel 378.
When you're hiring, you want qualified candidates fast, and it can be hard to know where to find them. More than 3 million businesses use Indeed.com, the world's #1 job site. Whether you need entry-level or highly skilled employees, Indeed helps you find great talent and make the right hire. Indeed is offering new users a $50 credit to give their first job post premium visibility as a sponsored job. Redeem this offer at Indeed.com/promo. That's Indeed.com/promo. Terms, conditions, and quality standards apply.
Giving you the inside story of business leaders in the Valley and beyond. This is Business Leaders with Lance Cardoza.
Welcome back. In studio, I have the Deyoung Properties family. Brandon was talking about Envision, which really is smart community and an energy efficient community. Opportunities for families to be a part of this, what they say, a green movement, but also a healthy. That's a healthy movement, and where you're going with home building. And it's not cheap to do this process, but it also saves for the families that get into these homes. Brandon, where is this community located?
Yeah, so Envision is located on Shaw and Highland in Clovis. It's in the Loma Vista Master Plan community. So, yeah, really great location. Beautiful.
So, and with how do people do when they come in and they first find out about it? It's got all the bells and whistles. It's like when the microwave first came out, and every older couple was like, "Oh, I don't need that." Now they can't live without it. So, how do they experience that? Is it all new to them, like when they get their first smartphone with some families?
Obviously it's going to depend with every family. I would say here in our area specifically, people understand the comfort aspect. They understand the energy bill aspect. Because every month when someone gets their energy bills here in the Central Valley, we all know the crazy heat wave we just went through. Oh, yeah. It's probably on the top of everyone's mind right now around here.
Yeah.
So that, I think, for sure, everyone is very aware of, and that hits home very quickly. And then, of course, the comfort. Most people in like an existing home around here, they either sacrifice comfort for their energy bill, or they sacrifice their energy bill for comfort, right? It's kind of it's one or the other. You don't really get both. And so what we're trying to do is give them a home that can provide both to them, and they don't have to sacrifice one or the other to get the other. And it also kind of just depends on what every family's priorities are. Sometimes some people healthier indoor environment is more important to them, like air quality. Maybe they have children with asthma. Here in the Central Valley, we have some of the worst childhood rates of childhood asthma in the entire country, and so that could be the one thing for that one family. And so us telling them about the air filtration that we were talking about earlier, that could be the one thing that actually makes the most sense to them. So it's trying to make sure that we don't bombard someone with all of these great benefits. But the nice thing with building a sustainable, green, energy-efficient home is that there's tons of benefits that it doesn't matter who you are. There's going to be some benefit for you that you're going to want to buy this home anyways.
Yeah, it's the future of home building.
Absolutely. We tried to make this whole process easy for the customer. It's going to help them have a healthier life. It's going to be more comfortable. And most importantly, most difficult, what took us so long to get here is providing this home affordably. That's the one that's very difficult. Any builder can go out and build a zero energy home. It's just a matter of, can you do it in an affordable way that most of our families in our area can purchase it.
Is it efficient? For the builder as well to
constructability. Yeah. We've literally spent, for example, 2 years just doing some R&D on an attic design, like how we would insulate and air seal and doing different things like that. It took us 2 years to actually research and develop the right design. And so that's why I was saying earlier, it's not a matter of can we do it, it's a matter of how we do it and doing it the right way. And so that's why we've taken this baby step process towards where we are today. So.
And as brothers, you guys can be a little harsh. And Brandon, he's the thinker. It seems like he comes up with probably the most analytical, crazy ideas. And
I'd say I'm more technical. Ryan's the idea guy.
I'm the crazy
he's
idea
the crazy
guy.
thinking.
Yes. He's the idea guy.
And then Brandon puts it together.
Exactly. That's how it works.
Or I push back, and and then he finally convinces me.
Yeah, Ryan, you're crazy. Talk to me next week.
Figure it out. Yeah. Wow. So
we are a family just like any other. So.
Absolutely. And again, award-winning family. I know you guys always see you in the news all the time about something else that you've achieved. Ryan, can you talk to us a little bit about that, what the Deyoung Properties family?
A couple things that we just take a lot of pride in is the Deyoung Mortgage, our mortgage company, Deyoung Properties have both won the People's Choice Award that's voted on by the people of Fresno Clovis a number of times. And Deyoung Properties, I want to say we're at like 7 times now. That's something that is near and dear to our heart. But we've also recently, you can tell, obviously, we are all about our customers' experience. Yeah. And so we've recently won an Avid Benchmark Award that puts us in the top 25% of customer experiences with home builders in the entire nation. And that is something that we just are so humbled by and so much appreciate. That is done by surveys from our customers. So that's a really big deal to us.
That was awesome to hear that.
Yeah, and with energy efficient homes, I'm sure the future there's a lot of awards in the future that you'll be looking at as well.
Yeah, so there's a conference called PCBC that we in the home building industry all know about, Pacific Coast Builders Conference, and that's either in San Diego or San Francisco every year. And we actually won. They have an award ceremony there that's called the Gold Nugget Awards, and we've actually won at least two Gold Nugget Awards for our zero energy home designs over the last 5 or 6 years. So clearly, we're on the cutting edge, and we're passionate about it, as you can tell. It's something that we really enjoy. And honestly, again, it comes back to those 3 things. We really feel like it's the right thing to do because it'll improve lives of families here in the Central Valley. It's definitely doing right by the environment, of course. And we really feel like it's inspiring others to, kind of take on the torch with us and other builders to try and do it with us, too. So.
You talk about you dream all the time. I'm sure you say the perfect home or the perfect idea of a community like you're doing with Envision. I'm sure there's something on the horizon or something you want to see in the future of home building and might be on the forefront or into the future. What do you see, Ryan? And or Brandon and Ryan sort of glancing.
Can't reveal all of our secrets.
Can't do all the secrets. But is there anything that you can give us a little taste of what?
I mean,
what you see.
I can give you
building?
a little tidbit on the technical side. Of course, this is coming from me, the technical mind here.
Yeah.
It's one thing to build a home that can produce as much energy as it consumes in a year. It has the potential to do that, but it's another thing to make sure that it's good for the grid. So again, this is getting kind of more technical, but that's, I think, the next evolution of zero energy communities is making sure that you work in grid harmonization strategies. So, for example, it's trying to even out your consumption and production as far as the grid's concerned. So it's not just spikes of production where you're feeding all this excess in, and then the grid has to figure out where to put that energy, right? Because the grid isn't designed to store energy. It has to put that energy somewhere.
Has to put it somewhere, yeah.
And then at night when the sun drops, now all of a sudden you're pulling a whole bunch of energy back out, right? And you can imagine if you scale that across an entire state or even country, if this is where everything goes here, then that's potentially an issue. So trying to focus on how do we do it the right way. Again, that's what I was saying earlier. It's not a matter of figuring out how to do it. It's just figuring out the right way to do it. And so energy storage will probably become something that's important.
Part of the future with city and county governments to really look at and future.
Yeah, and whether
building.
it's in the grid itself, like Tesla power pack, energy storage, battery storage, things like that, that's in the grid itself.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the grid does become somewhat of a quote-unquote battery, or maybe even some degree of energy storage in individual homes. I'll leave it at that, though.
Huh. Very cool. Hey, when we come back here with Business Leaders Live, I have Brandon and Ryan Deyoung in the studio. We're going to find out, we always like to find out a little something about our business leaders that maybe you don't know. So they're going to share some secrets when we come back right here on Business Leaders Live, right here on AM 1680 The Answer. You can catch all our past shows at lancecardoza.com, and you catch us every Tuesday morning at 9 a.m., Business Leaders Live. We'll be right back with more Business Leaders.
It's time for The Legal Edge, a look at your rights as a Christian, a parent, and a citizen. And now, with a look at what's happening on the legal front, the president of the Pacific Justice Institute, Brad Dacus.
PGI has been running the race and defending freedom for 20 years. As we reflect on all God has done through PGI over the past 2 decades, we are grateful and humbled to continue the extremely important work of protecting religious liberty, parental rights, and the sanctity of human life. To celebrate, we will be hosting the Celebration of Justice on October 28th at the Disney's Grand California Hotel. This will be a festive and unforgettable evening you won't want to miss. For more information on the Celebration of Justice, head to pji.org. For Pacific Justice Institute, I'm Brad Dacus.
To find out more about the Legal Edge, call 916-857-6900 or log on at pacificjustice.org.
The Legal Edge is brought to you by Larry Holliday at RBC Wealth Management.
This is Hugh Hewitt for Larry Holliday and the Holliday Diaz team at RBC Wealth Management. When thinking about retirement, most of us have questions such as how many years before I can retire? How much money do I need to retire? How will I pay for my later years in life? At RBC Wealth Management, they can help answer those questions and design a customized plan to meet your specific financial goals. If you have any questions about retirement, call Larry Holliday at RBC Wealth Management, 559-447-8213, 559-447-8213.
RBC Wealth Management is a division of RBC Capital Markets, LLC, member NYSE, FINRA.
Are you a Christian voter in the Valley who cares about social issues? Are you excited and a little nervous about the Trump presidency and what it might mean for issues like abortion? Well, if you said yes, then by golly, have I got a show for you. Tune in to Right to Life Radio with me, John Girardi, Thursday mornings at 9 a.m. right after Jim Franklin Live. We'll give you the latest news on what's happening in the pro-life movement nationwide, throughout the state of California, and even here locally. Again, that's Right to Life Radio on Thursday mornings at 9 a.m. right here on AM 1680, The Answer.
You are listening to Business Leaders with Lance Cardoza, the behind-the-scenes story of the business shakers and movers in the Valley and beyond. Once again, here's Lance Cardoza.
Back with Business Leaders Live. Ryan and Brandon been in the studio. Paula and Ashley, the whole family was involved today talking about Deyoung Properties and building homes here in the Valley. Before we went to break, Ryan, Brandon, you guys are brothers. A little something that people don't know about you guys, something you could share.
Well, we are we love music, and Brandon and I got into music at a young age, and we made a band, and we started recording music, and we actually were played on a lot of the local rock stations as well as K-Rock in L.A., and we played a whole bunch of concerts, and I played drums, and Brandon plays guitar.
And sing.
And sings, yes.
Cool. Ashley sings, too.
Ashley sings and plays guitar.
Some of our music videos, yeah.
She wasn't a part of our band, I guess, but...
Yeah, she was too big for you guys.
Yeah, she was. She was playing all sorts of huge concerts.
Ryan and I are kind of on the rock scene. She's a little bit more pop. She likes rock, too, but a little bit more country pop kind of
country pop,
genre.
I've heard it. It's beautiful.
And my daughter has a pink drum kit already, right next to my big drum kit. So I've already started her. Yeah.
You already got it going. Wrap us up a little bit. Deyoung Properties, and how do people come? How do they see this envisioned property?
So you can see our Icon Series model homes at Gettysburg and Armstrong in Clovis. That's not the actual location. Those are just where the models are. The location of Envision is at Shaw and Highlands. But you can see the homes at Gettysburg and Armstrong, as well as the easiest way to sign up to get get on the VIP list is DeYoungProperties.com. The big event the pre-grand opening event where we release homes in this community is not this Saturday, next Saturday, Saturday the 23rd, at the Gettysburg and Armstrong Welcome Center.
Perfect, and they'll be able to come and check this thing out.
Absolutely.
And when do you see homes starting to populate out there?
They should be within a few months here, so this year.
Wow. Good
this is
stuff.
when we're going to start them.
Yeah,
start building the homes.
Yep.
Beautiful. Thank you guys for being here, and thank you, Deyoung Properties family. Paula, for coming on the program at the beginning and telling a little bit of history with your grandfather, Sean Bonadelli, and talking about the history of home building and what lies in the future of home building. You guys are a great family. Like Dad, all three of you are in the 40 under 40, and it was Sam Avakian. We were talking about that commercial, and Ryan remembered it. Was it the other family, Bill and Sam Avakian, that had the siblings all were in the 40 under 40. If you have somebody that needs to be recognized in the 40 under 40, like these great young minds here with Deyoung Properties, go to 40.com. Nominate somebody today. Thank you for joining me for this week's Business Leaders Live. We'll catch you next week, Tuesday at 9 a.m. right here on AM 1680, The Answer.
What can happen when your calling becomes your career? Just about anything. Because Fresno Pacific University is creating every possibility that God makes possible. The career you never dreamed you'd be capable of. The life you always imagined for yourself. The future you didn't expect might be yours. Learn your limits and discover that you have none.